back in Prison Architect. Back we go. Let's get this playing. Just slow speed for just now. So we've obviously last time we ended up with not a lot of money. We've also got quite a few issues with regards to guys like this. We have obviously this is really max security only area and there's nobody in it really. And we have our medium security area, which I believe doesn't have enough space for just our medium guys anyway. So or one of the two, I can remember which one's which. Anyway, point is we want to kind of rearrange a lot of this so that these guys are now segregated from effectively this lot, who are all the minimum security guys. So as part of that, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to work on a wee bit of rearrangement down here. So what we want to do firstly is I'm going to take all these, and I want to not those sections, but I want to take all of these objects and I want to dismantle them, because we are going to move these shelves to somewhere else, which hopefully I think that's all of them. Take the sorting desk, dismantle that. Yeah, and in the meantime what we'll do is we'll just lock that door open while we do that. And then the same goes again for the shop shelves. We'll do the same there. And dismantle all of those and that. Okay. So again, same applies. We'll just lock that open for just now. And the shop front, we will dismantle that. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm going to move them out of the way. Also going to move forestry out of the way as well. And we'll shift them up. Probably I think the shop and the library should probably go up here, because they're going to be things that the minimum security guys use and probably not the maximum security guys. We've obviously got an issue with there's some guys that are unable, that don't have any cells yet. Now I think that's these guys are currently in here. They don't actually have a cell yet because all of the minimum maximum security faffing about that we've done. Let me just see, what was the logistics in? Sorry, is it logistics intelligence? No, hang on, where are we? Deployment, there we go. So this one's the maximum security only, but we don't really have that many maximum security. And this one was medium security only. Now I feel we will eventually get max security, so it's only fair that we do have an area for them, but currently I think this would be good to separate between medium and maximum security, but I can't seem to allow to do that. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Let's see, access only. Yeah, okay, access only. That also allows you to, so I could make certain areas like this access only, because whenever they need to get into here, that's only time. Or this, for example, there we go, there's a perfect one. Access only if you're going down these ones, this one as well. That means that people will try to avoid access only zones if possible, preferring to take other routes around your prison. Although that's maybe not a good thing actually, because one of the things is they need to get into visitation. And then that would probably encourage them to go outside to visitation, which is obviously not what we want. So I believe, yeah, now I'm hoping that's this section. So they're taking those ones and putting them into storage, which means we can now take away the rooms as a library. Let's just library, we can remove that. And this one is a shop, and we can remove that for just now. And then obviously they can move them to their heart's content while we're mucking about with that. The other thing I want to look at, once we start moving these, and once we start, we'll do a bit of designing work, and basically that's just giving us time for the bank balance to come back up. We haven't had 10 prisoners pass the foundation course. How many have we actually had pass the foundation course? 7. Okay, that's not too bad then. And there's another 5 interested. So, 0 have passed. Right. So 7 have finished, 0 have passed. Fantastic. So we need a bit of a higher turnover of people if we're going to run that. But we, you know, if we're running that, hopefully someone will eventually pass. That'd be lovely. Bit strange that they're not passing. I don't know if that's the don't know if that's to do with the staff running it, or if that's to do with the sections. Yeah. Okay. One of the other things. Let's take. Speaking of planning, let's just take away this wall because it's annoying. And okay. Let's see. Okay, so it's going to stay highlighted, whatever. Not to worry. Right, I want to do walls. There we go, it's gone. So yeah, we'll leave that in place for just now. So what I think I'm going to do is this needs to be cut off here. So there needs to be an actual closure here, and these guys need to find a different way in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue that down here, like so. That corridor is going to continue down into here. This psychologist's office here is going to get taken away. This wall will get deleted. The psychologist's office will have to move, which could go into here, but I feel that a psychologist's office between the canteen and the cells is only going to cause problems, and again forestry the same. So what we will do is we'll actually make this yard a bit bigger, like so. Take that wall away there. We can have these sections here like so. And that will allow them access into the yard. We continue that up as a yard? No, or we use this as a room. I'm not sure. Come to that in a minute. We need to then make this area into the library and the shop. So we'll just put that out like that for just now. So that's going to be the library, which it won't let me do because it's not exit room. That's fine. In the meantime, I'm going to take this one just for just now, just to get rid of that problem. We're going to make this shared for just now, and that'll mean these guys, I think, should then be able to have cells, maybe? I'm not sure. Will that actually allow for that? Yeah, so we're going to start shifting these guys. And I think that should shift them into the shared block at the bottom. Because obviously max security. We could have just a small... Actually, we could have just a small wing for max security off of this. That would save us the bother. We could make this a shared again. That's probably a more sensible idea then. That designates that they get those guys come through into here, this section, and then they can have a yard, and we can make this into like a common room or something. So let's dismantle this as well, table wise, and I guess all these can move. Forestry wise, we also need to work on that to try and get the superior beds, but the problem with that is that we want to have prisoners who have passed the workshop safety induction and then who actually want to work on the carpenter's table. So we've got like 3 accessible carpenter's tables but nobody working on them at all. So that's in the process. Okay. Right. Oh, a lot of people again. Yeah, so we need to move their yard out to here somewhere. Ah, they do not have a yard. Is that going to be the yard? Shower? Yard? That can be a shared yard. Yeah, sorry. So that can be the shared yard for these guys. And that can be taken away. And that actually could be made in the psychologist offices in there. We could just put a bundle of them. Just put like 4 in each section. So how do you make psychologist's offices. That's a good idea actually. So planning, walls. Now we need to have, it's 5 by 5 internally. So that would be 1. That would be 2. That would be 3. That's perfect. Oh, yeah, we need to. We can make the entrance in here instead of on this side. That's not tragic. Actually, with that. Yeah, okay. Well, we can do that for just now. We can make 2, and then that one can come away. We can make 1 here, and 1 here. Let's make that actually up here. That's a better idea. Take that away. That away. Okay, would that work out? Would that be okay? 5 by 5. Oh, okay, and then that actually does need to be. Yeah, I was right. Okay. So yeah, that would allow us to do that. Actually, I don't think that would. I think we need another wall. Anyway, we'll come back to that. That's kind of psychologist offices in general is what we're thinking. So it's all about kind of minor adjustments just now. We still haven't got everybody. 2 prisoners are unable to be assigned to a cell. Why? Why is that saying 164 out of 173? Let's see. So how many cells do I actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8, 16, 24. And then 8, 16, 24. So that's 48 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71. 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86 there. 2, 3, 4. So 86 there. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. 8, 16, so that's 32. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 24. Okay. And that should be all the non... maybe it's not... Oh, no, there's certainly enough medium cells, that's for sure. So that gives us it gives us 142, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 28, 29, 30. So that gives us 172. And this is 173, so 164 out of 173. So how many prisoners at medium, at normal, sorry? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we've only got 15 in normal risk and 147 in low risk. I think we had only got 142 cells. So we are technically short of those cells. Right, okay, so we're short on normal cells, that's the problem. Okay. Well, that's just something we'll have to do once we gain a bit more bank balance here. So in the meantime, yeah, we're gonna work on the issues that we had here. So first things first, we'll get rid of Mr. Psychology. In fact, what we will do is we will move all the stuff from this yard Now can I multiple dismantle? No. I cannot. So we're going to move a whole bundle of these. 9 PM. I'd imagine there's probably a faster way to do this. You probably can select a whole bundle of them, but for some peculiar reason I'm not able to find out how to do that just now. So we'll carry on with these, get these all dismantled, and once they're dismantled they can go into the other yard. Objects in a yard, weights benches. Okay. Another 6. Jeez, how many have we put in? Oh, what? Okay, so I was paying for them. Still says I've got 2 left. Oh, that's probably ones that have... Yeah, that probably cost me. Anyway. Yeah, it did, yeah. Okay. Well, we've moved all those weights benches, so that's fine. We will then dismantle this as a yard, so... rooms... yard, and that's getting taken away as a yard. So now I do not need whoever was stationed in there. Oh, I've done a shakedown, I didn't mean that. Deployment. So I'll take away those 2 guys. Is there any? There's no guard patrols in there anyway, there's just guys hanging about. So we will make them a second one in here. And that should do us for just now. Shakedown wouldn't be a bad idea, to be honest. Okay. So this is, however, an area that we will have to... I will have to go through and take all of the... put in some floor so that they can't dig out of it. Although why they would dig out of a psychologist's office, I have no idea, but... is brick cheaper than concrete? I don't know. Not too sure. I think we'll probably just go for concrete because that's how much we normally do. So I don't have the money to do that, but it's only 1950, so we're almost there. So we can get that going whenever that happens. And then the first thing we can do is put in a psychologist's office in the corner. So we will put in rooms wise psychology. It's just an office. Okay, so it still needs to have a basement first before it can be an office. Okay, I did wonder about that. Well, I've got enough to do that now anyway. So foundations, put in foundations all the way through that. There is entrances into it already, so hopefully that will not start putting silly walls up around it. And then once that's done, we can start dismantling this guy's place, and we can shift that over. Okay. Yeah, I'll let them do that while we redesign this bottom section. So we're going to demolish walls. Those ones, those ones, those ones, and those ones. The door can be dismantled, the door servo can be dismantled, the door itself can be dismantled, same again here, and same again there. Okay. So that's fine. Let's just do a shakedown while we're at it. Let them go ahead at that at 2 in the morning. Always the best time to do it. This psychologist office is, funnily enough, no longer a psychologist office, which we kind of thought would happen. But we will put his in 5x5 concrete wall, like so. We've already run out of money, which is good. However, with that now dismantled, we can now create an office. Let's create them all the same. So I'll turn this, put that in that corner. Put an office desk in this corner. Whatever. And a chair in there, and then a staff door, which I forgot to dismantle, amusingly enough. And we shall then take away that room as an office, and he will skedaddle, hopefully, into this office once it's ready. Alcohol inside the books. Okay, always have alcohol inside the books. Aha! Another tunnel. Naughty boys. That's looking pretty full. We need to sort that out up top, but we don't have enough money for that yet. Remove tunnels. Now this is what we discussed, I think, in a previous episode. It's going to cost me $100 to remove those, and I only just have enough money, which we will then. Now, why are those too dangerous? They're not too dangerous if they're asleep, guys. Come on. Yeah, they're disappearing as they go. Okay, that's fine. Come on. Is one not gone? Yeah, okay, that was gone. We haven't got any other problems with any other cells, do we? None up there. This guy's missing some power, but I'm not too worried about that. I'll fix that later. Yeah, all the rest of them are actually as cells. Okay. We also seem to have solved our prisoner capacity issue, which is a bit strange. Okay, so let's slow that down again. We'll let these guys continue on with this. He requires an office, but this office is, oh, just missing a chair now. Okay, so hopefully someone's bringing that chair. Here he comes. So, geez, where's he coming from? Timbuktu, by the looks of it. Alright, it's going to have to try and find it inside there, right. So the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to remove the exports for just now. And this is exports. We're going to remove all of the exports for just now. We'll leave garbage the same size, but I want to take away exports because what I want to do is I want for the wood that's cut down in the forestry to be able to let's see, where's demolish wall, for the wood that's cut down in the forestry to be able to actually end up in the workshop to be used, because it seems to me that although there's some stacks there, it's not as much as the wood of wood as there should be, as wood as there would be. I don't know. Anyway, so this is a storage room. We're just going to slightly extend the storage room. I'll do this again. Go for the quick way of finding it. Okay, there we go. and I'm just going to extend that down because that might very well just allow me to do a bit of that. Okay, so those guys are all going to shower, that's fine. Everybody's vaguely raging, but I'm okay with that. Ah, the psychologist office has moved, which is excellent. We now have $1,000 as well, so we can just start editing some minor details here. I'll put that through there. We shall demolish that piece of wall and that piece of wall, and we can extend the laundry out slightly, and that piece of wall, and then this jail door needs to be dismantled, this jail door needs to be dismantled, this CCTV camera needs to be dismantled, and also those 3 walls need to be dismantled. And then what that's basically going to become is that will become the entrance there. We'll put a wee door across that in a second once one of these gets dismantled. And 10 prisoners arriving, so that means we've actually sorted our 163, 173, whatever problem. So we now should have 1 door. There we go. Oh, we've actually got 4 into here. Have we got a mini riot going on somewhere? Is it in the showers again? Oh, it sounded more to the left, but I couldn't see it. So, okay, so there we go. So that now allows us to go straight through into this area. And we can now add 2 bits concrete wall in there. Take away the planning walls. And that should solve an issue with that. We also need to then we'll leave that as access actually, because that can just people can just go straight through that just now. So I'm okay with that. I'm not got too much of an issue there. So they can still get in here. They can get through there and into the canteen, and they can get out that way if they need to. But we can solve that. That problem can be solved as we go. So more planning required. We're then going to extend down here and across here once we get a whole bunch of money, which we don't have currently. Forestry I want to move for just now. Actually, I think we can just move that out here for just now. We can then create one. No, not that one. We want to create a wee wall around that. That'll keep that contained, and then we can have probably a couple wide gap in here or something to get into forestry. And so the forestry is now going to be moved. Rooms for forestry. And that's going to be deleted. And we're going to put it in up there. It is definitely a minimum size of 5x5. And we'll make it in there as well, and then that can yeah, that's not field minimum requirements, don't give me that, thank you. And then that can be fixed as we go. So we need to move the shower room out here too. However, that probably needs to connect up these areas as well. So how much money have we got for flooring? Do we have enough to build this area here? Not quite. Okay, so I don't have quite enough. What was that, 5,200? 59. Okay, so we need 6 grand for that to happen, but that's fine. That can come to that. Yard has been moved, which we've done. That one's moved, so we'll create more psychologist offices here as we go, but I'm not too worried about that for just now. In fact, yeah, no, we'll leave the... no, we'll edit the planning actually. So that's taken away that office, that's fine. So that means that needs to be like that. and like that, and then that internally can all go, and that'll create the 2 there, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, okay, not very good at this. Can't count very well, clearly. So that's now 5 by 5, which is exactly what we need in there, and that's good enough down there. And then that can be a wall. Oh, that's probably just not going to be long enough for that then, is it? Because we need it to be 5, and then we'd need a wall, so yeah, that's not going to work. So I'll have to possibly create another one down here. Whatever. We can work that out later. We can put 2 in here for just now. It's not a bad thing that that's a bit more space to get through. 7, 7. Okay, so we have managed to get the money we were looking for the shower. And we're going to build concrete. And I'll get those guys to build all of that. Let's create that as a forced one. And okay. So I don't really want to put a door on this until there's walls around the outside of that. So we'll start building the walls. Okay. Yeah, I need to put a wall in that corner there. And that'll fill in some of those. And then let's speed this up then. We'll get ourselves some more money and that will solve all those problems. Okay. So some of those guys are not medium security, but they have beds in medium security. So why is that? Let's see this guy. What is his name? Gareth Speed. Again, indie video game Parasite. So he has minimum security, but he is inside. Oh, he's got a high reoffending chance, but so yeah, I'm confused as to why he is in this area, which is medium security only, when it's this one is the one that I made shared. Interesting. Right, I need to put back in the phones as well. So inside, no, not utilities, sorry, objects, phone booths. Do we make all of them? Another 2. Oh, okay. Need to dismantle this tree to get these booths in. Okay. We'll dismantle all of the trees in here. Even though it'd be lovely to keep one almost certainly going to be used against me in some way. Call me call me suspicious if you want, but I believe that will be the case. Okay, is that now made? Yes, it is. So it requires an entrance, which shall be a large jail door here. Okay, I've got 2 of those, so that's fine. Once that gets installed, that will open up that area. The same thing happens is that these guys are all standing about at the entrance rather than going all the way around. Now they're going to fight over the one phone. Okay, and we're just going to... we'll wait until they all get moved and then we can connect them all back up. Okay, so we're going okay for things here. Mr. Forestry, look at that. Now you're talking for a size of forestry. Creating some proper trees out here. And these guys are going to collect all the bits and put them, in theory, into this place. Okay, workshop. Let's just slow that down. These guys are all making license plates, which again will then go into the storage area. However, program wise, oh wow, there's a lot going on in the spiritual guidance area. Still no one passed foundation education, rather frustratingly. 8 have now passed the workshop safety induction though, and none of them are interested in carpentry. Okay, well, you know what happens. So there's still 3 interested, so we'll leave that running. Foundation education will leave running, but I think there must be another way. Maybe the room setup or something isn't great for them. The teaching over here and looking up here, I don't know. Maybe it'd be better making it smaller. These guys seem to be cutting wood, I think. Cutting logs to make it into wood. Maybe, oh no, they seem to be. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what they're doing, if they're doing it properly or not. This guy, what's he doing? He is storing log in table. So he's going to put that down there. And is that going to change it? No, that's just going to put it on the table. Okay. So license plates can be sold. Can we do multiple versions again? Let's sell all these license plates for just now and see if they make any more. Because again, they would normally go to exports, but because I've taken away the exports area, that's not currently happening. Let's just lock that open for just now. We need another door and there, which will then be locked. Oh, yeah, well, we'll put it in and then see how we go once it gets put in. Okay. Right. So how are we doing? We need to go and edit these top walls. Concrete wall. Can be finished along there and in there, and then we need to. Oh, I've run out of money already. So we need to then make this area, both of these areas. Let's see, how much money will we need for that? We will need 3150, so we'll need 3 and a bit grand. Once that's what wall is made though, we will also need another way to get into this area, but we'll do that during the night. So we'll put this back onto fast. The shower is now made, so we can now start moving all of the shower area, which is going to be an absolute nightmare. I was hoping we would be able to take all of these together, and again, possible multiple objects is possible, but I have not learnt how to, so therefore I am saying it's not possible, even though I'm sure it is. I'll maybe just take a wee mini break here, and while I do this, and then I will come back once I have dismantled this whole room. Okay, so we found the best button there is. This is in objects. I had to be honest, I went and looked this up. Dismantle object, and once I've clicked that, if I just drag over all of these, you can see that magically, as I do these, guys will come in and take them away because they're so fantastic. And the beauty is, it looks like it takes away the shower and the drain, which is great. However, we now do not have a shower anywhere. Oh, we've got one left over. We'll dismantle that as well. But the beauty of that is that they're all stored in there, and now we can just go and create this new room, which is the new shower. However, I need to see, do we have... We do, we've got utilities going in there, fantastic. So, what I will quickly do is in utilities, I will create a small pipe network, which will no doubt cost me an absolute fortune for no good reason, but that's not to worry. And then we shall make it a shower room, like so. And then inside shower room we shall hit objects, and we will have 152 drains, which I don't even think is going to be enough to fill this area. But as long as it starts off well, and we can create a kind of internal and external system. I think I went one too far that way. Anyway, whatever. This is going to trigger everyone. It's going to be off center. How many have we got left? 24. Okay, that's another one down there, and another line down there. Should give us 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. I've got 7 drains left over, so we'll just do stupid stuff like this. That's 4 and 5, 6. And we're going to spend 20 quid on one more drain. And then we can use our shower heads, and they can go all the way down that side, and we're going to cost ourselves a wee bit of money putting them in down that side, and then we can add some more of that as we go, and that means finally we can now take this away as a shower room, which we'd kind of intended to do a lot of the time, but you can see all the different uses that this set of rooms has had over the while. So now the guys should have no real reason to be in this corridor whatsoever, which we can go back to deployment and work that out towards the end. However, I'm hoping to see, yes, of course, the classic problem of having the shower room doors closed, which I forgot to fix, and I think I also forgot to do that on this one. Yep, I did. So despite having those, we'll have to get servos on them at some point, but I've not got too much money, so I would prefer to start editing these sections rather than doing details like that for just now. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of stuff. Need to find a way to get them in there though. So that, we need to put one more piece of concrete wall in, but no one can get to that one, I don't think. Yeah, no one can get to that. So let's put a jail door on that for just now. And then once someone makes that, then we can worry about it. And then in the meantime, you can see these guys fitting all these sections. Okay, so, interesting. We've done quite a lot of alterations so far today then. Still trying to work out this kind of minimum maximum security issues. That's the only issue that I see as well, is that everyone seems to filter down these rather narrow corridors to get into the yard, and then hangs about in the one side of the yard again, as happened before. Common room's still a bit small, but I don't have that many people using it. Psychologist's office is there. We'll use another one of those here in a wee bit. Gonna have a yard in there, and then we'll have to split up all these areas into like this one, maybe make these like a shower room or something like that. Anyway, we're going to dismantle all these trees as well. And once that top section is built, this one in here, has the door gone in yet? No. Oh, that guy's off to get one, is he? Yep, he's away. Oh, where is he going? Oh, there's a jail door all the way out there, because it seems like a sensible idea to have it out in the middle of nowhere. In fairness, this guy who's running about outside probably doesn't know that he's meant to be taking that inside, because you can get in from the outside. And a jail door goes in, and now that that's open, they'll start making that, and he'll come back in. Perfect, even though he's exhausted, because he's a muppet. Okay. Yep, still not a canteen. Quite quite a lot of stuff in here, so hopefully we can get a whole bundle of this stuff out. I don't even know, what is that? Library shelves, yeah, so drains, yeah, and then they can come in and get them to go and put them in here. You see them just going in with single drains, so obviously it takes them a bit of time to fit that all in. Let's see, and then they're making this section, which is great. We'll skip tonight as a shakedown. Normally I would do a shakedown overnight, but I'm gonna just skip that because I want to do a wee bit more planning. We still haven't really planned what we're going to do with this bottom area. So the canteen, there's a yard out here for them. That's fine. That combines this lot, and then yeah, we'll probably just combine this lot, and then we'll maybe even make this, actually that's maybe sensible to have this as the max security area, just a few cells here and there. So with that being the case, what we'll do is we'll just even that out a bit. We'll build concrete out like so, and like so, because obviously with forestry before that wasn't concreted, and then we'll make that a corridor and put down some cells in here for max security guys. So then you have medium security, max security, corridor through, canteen. So we'll make that a plan. We shall put a wall across there, which we will take 2 bits out of there. Cells will be that big, so that big, so like so. No, that's kind of big. Oh, that's actually the big cell, isn't it? So what's the actual size of the... Is there some forestry going on? No, he's tired though because he can't get out. But we do have all the walls in there, so I can now put another door. Oh, I cannot do things properly. Put another jail door there and make that one a priority because we've currently got a janitor stuck outside, which is not so good. And okay, so they're building this bottom section on both sides, that's fine. And once those areas are both built, which I think they pretty much are now, we can demolish this wall, which will hopefully... Please tell me there's a foundation underneath that. Okay, they're just fixing that just now. Okay, and that's kind of partially completed that. Hopefully that will complete that once that's finished. There we go. And there we go. Some funny shapes on it, but it's complete. He's putting all the lights, which is great. There we go. Okay. So, library in here. So we had some rooms, and the library was one of them. That's made a lot bigger that time. Do we need it to be that? Yeah, let's just make it a wee bit bigger then, because then we can put... I don't think it needs to be quite as big as that. So put a... Oh, I want a wall, please. Wall down there. Sorry, that's not a planning wall, it's an actual wall. And then we'll put another jail door in here. And we can make that a shop. And in the library we need some library shelves and some sorting desks. So, need some library shelves. And because we've got a wee bit more space here, we can create a bit more space between them. Okay, that's enough for just now. We can figure that out. make a sorting desk there. Okay, and then thankfully they're starting to move all that stuff into there, which is coming away from this area, which is great. So we will start building those walls as well. We need an object of a large jail door there. And we then need to make small cells, which are just these things basically. So we shall take a clone tool. No, we don't want that. We want just those bits. No, we don't want a top wall. Do we want a top wall? Don't think we do want a top wall. So we've got 11 grand. And we're just going to go make okay, I'll make those cells a wee bit bigger down the bottom, that's fine. And materials, cell door. No, that's a large jail door. I want just a small one. And the inside of a cell, put that there, and then make the room into an actual cell by adding those two. Come on, don't be standing there like a muppet. Lock all those open for just now. Utilities, now where does it need? Oh, that's a long way. I'll take that all the way down there. And we'll move that big pipe down into here. And then, so I think this one needs a particular design, so we're going to be careful with this. I'm going to start designing it out before I actually see what I want to do. So we'll leave a 1 wide, which allows me to put a 3 wall there. I think that's enough, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4 is enough to, yeah. So, no, leave that out, sorry. Oh dear, messing it up completely. There we go. Okay. And then we'll have a bigger cell at the end, as that side does. No, we don't want it that way, we want it that way. Because then we can put one like so. And now, that kind of faffs that one up, doesn't it? No, it's not tragic. And we can do that, and that, and that. Okay. Which will give us an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cells. So that will bring us pretty close to our big number, which is great. Concrete walls. Okay, that'll give us those, and then the beds, which shall go in, okay, actually, yeah, don't want to do it that way, I want to do it this way. put in toileta. $100 a toilet. Insanity. Okay, and that will then give us some more cells. Which we need to put doors on, obviously. Which I shall do momentarily. Which means I should probably delete that one wall just to make it look a bit cleaner. And then we'll quickly put some small pipes. And that will do us lovely. Okay, so this is now our new maximum security wing. And that's now our new medium security wing, which is not mixed. Ah, that's why that guy was in there before. And then that can go back to being minimum security only. And they can... Oh, this guy's injured. I wonder what he did. Probably was a Muppet. Lots and lots of trees, which is great. Great news. Trees. Love trees. Okay, let's do a shakedown just quickly before we finish up. And we just need to quickly then add, so that was the library, which needs to have people deployed logistically in it. Oh, tunnels, tunnels, tunnels. Oh, masses of tunnel, is it? Is that all seriously tunnel? Wow, I'm so lucky I had this section here. Look at that tunnel. That's fantastic. Is there something familiar about this shape? Let's just put it into utilities first to look at it. No, it didn't help. Although interestingly, they did tunnel down the section of the big pipe, so I wonder if that is easier after all, like we said before. And down these pipes as well. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Well, somebody's going into solitary for that. However, £5 will £5 be enough to take away the tunnels? So there's 820, 860 quid, almost £1,000 to take away tunnels. That thankfully, after only one night of letting them off with it, they managed to do. These are not too dangerous. You are talking rubbish. Okay. Interesting. Looks like a love heart there. Maybe I'm just romantic like that. Okay. So that is not a cell. Why? Because it doesn't have a toilet. That's because this. Someone numpty and put the silly bed sideways. Toilet, toilet, toilet. What did I do with the utilities there? I put them in the corner, so we'll put the toilet in the corner. That would make sense. Take away these lock open ones. I'll take away that one in a minute as well. Oh, more tunnels. Excellent. Love more tunnels. More guys going up in their ranking for trying to escape. I heard more tunnels as well. Dear me. Did that get removed as well? Oh man, more tunnels. Gee whiz. That's just more of this tunnel, I think. So strangely enough, I'm actually going to have to build a door into this area to allow me to go and get rid of those tunnels. That's crazy. Okay, so still need to fix out the shower obviously once we get more money. Oh, and we've still not finished this section, so every time we try and do something, somebody tries to escape. It's not very nice of them. Dismantling trees. Why are you dismantling those trees, and why is that what you're doing rather than getting rid of these? Remove tunnels. Okay, now that you're doing that, can you now get in here to dismantle these tunnels? Are you seriously dismantling this tree rather than dismantling the tunnels? What's wrong with you, man? I haven't asked you to dismantle the tree. Oh, there we go. Finally. Okay, so all of our sections are all... Aha, there's another cell. Why is that not working? Because it is not surrounded. Yes, it is. We have to extend the cell out to show that it is. Okay. Yep, it has now. And this needs to have a bed fixed, which is like so. Actually then what we will do is we will adjust this corner one. Riots! Love a riot! Where's a riot going on? In the shower room. Of course it's in the shower room. Why wouldn't it be? Okay, so first things first, we're going to pause that, and I am going to grab 27 prisoners. Okay, right, so first things we're going to do is we are going to put on lockdown. So putting that in a lockdown, that encourages no more prisoners to leave, and also, okay, so we've got 2 areas in rioting. Will we put on free fire? Sorry, we'll put on free fire. Okay, I need to get more guys there, because we need to get control of this before it gets out of control. I've got a wee bit of money, so what we will do is we needed them anyway. We shall hire some. Oh, we've only got one more guard. Hired another one of those, and we'll hire a few more. That's as many as we can do, so we'll give this a go. Okay, how do I get back control of this? So this is not good. Not the ending that we were looking for. Take off the lockdown. And allow our guards to get there. Right. We'll go for a bang up. You guys are going back to your cells. Everyone that's willing is to go back to their cells. The rest of them can all have a fight in here if they want. That's fine with me. Emergencies. Right, we just bought 2 riot vans, so we'll bring in our riot police. Okay, so we finally figured out what was going on there. Just had to do a quick manoeuvre. And we're going to get our riot police in here, 2 sets of them, and they're going to both come straight in. Probably need to remove a wall in there to make this a bit easier, but early prisoner release award, that's good. Unfortunately, hopefully these guys are not going to be released, because I do not want them to get out. So, if you guys would hurry up, that would be great. Yeah, I know everyone's going to be upset, but that's what happens when there's a mini riot going on, so... that's what we need to do. We need to put a door over there at some point when we remember. Hey, get out of there. You lot go in there, and you lot go down here. So now back under control. That section. And it's all about overwhelming odds, so that's why I got 2 sets, because generally that's better off than if you guys could just back off just now. Okay. Okay. Getting down to half the prisoners are writing now. Some guys getting tasered, quite rightly so. And we'll move these guys right in. And we have brought the areas of rioting down by quite a bit. In theory, we're down to 6, we're down to 4. All of these guys are injured, absolute heroes. And we have got rid of the riot by basically beating obedience into them all. Well, I don't know if there's a better metaphor for prison, really. Beating obedience into people. Loads of injured folks. This infirmary is going to be rammed. 1 dead prisoner here. What happened? He starved to death. I don't think he did. That blood all the way around him would encourage me to think that he was not stabbed to death. And we can get rid of the bang up. There's going to need a lot of clearing up. But, do you know what? Right, police guys, you did well. Other right, police guys, you did well. Proud of y'all. You guys can now, well, maybe after you see a doctor, then you can go home. We'll send you guys to the infirmary as well, just to keep a good hold on things while everything's going down there. And maybe this is a good lesson for deployment. I think we need to look at deployment. That's definitely going to cause some issues in the shower and the canteen over here. And we should really get on top of that. And then next time when we come back, we'll hopefully get a bit into this section which we've been missing out, which is, so that's the library, so this will be the shop area. And we'll move on a wee bit with all of this planning down here that we've finally managed to edit. So, that was a joyous occasion for all. And we've learnt a very important lesson, all about beating obedience into your prisoners. That's what it's all about. Thanks very much for watching. See you again next time. Thanks very much. See you later. Bye bye.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?